Good morning. It's your girl Lay, and welcome back to my channel. Um, I wanted before I hit play, I wanted to make this short and simple, get straight to the point, get in, get out. But then I just thought about that. I wanted to take a second to just acknowledge myself. You know what I mean? Like just give myself um the my flowers and me just thinking about like, okay, this is what I want to do, how I'm gonna do it, and me just wanting everything to be perfect. And right now, like everything's not perfect. I'm just going with it. I'm following all the other, things that I've seen on YouTube and people saying like, just start. Like, you don't have to worry about this and that. Just start with you. So I just wanted to take a second just to show what that looks like, to acknowledge yourself and to just notice that you are making progress. You are doing the things that you said you were going to do. You are crushing your goals, right? So you grow, girl. You grow, girl. But um this video is actually going to be about how 5 tips to stay on track with your goals or to crush your goals, right? Just 5 different things to just keep you focused and keep you disciplined and keep you, tunnel vision, right? To where even if you do get distracted, you're constantly reminded of what it is that you want to get out of the year or what it is that you want to get out of, the next 30 days, the next 60 days, the next 90 days. You want to be very specific and very focused on what it is that you're trying to do. So if you've never heard before, writing things down, right? It helps your brain. It helps for me personally, because I literally write everything down. I have a book for every little, a journal, a notepad, or something for every little thing. So for me, writing things down is just a different way to like train your brain on what it is that you said you was going to do. You know what I mean? Like you could say something and you could say something and forget it. You can think something and forget it. But when you write it down, it just constantly comes back to you like, hey, remember you were supposed to, hey, or you might see it, or let's say you come across it written down. You're like, oh yeah, I did say I was going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, or when you do it and then you go back to something that you written down, you're like, wow, I did that. I said in January of this year that this is what I was going to do, and look, I did it. And it kind of reinforces that excitement, reinforces you to keep crushing your goals, right? So one of the things that I would say, the first tip in crushing your goals and staying on track and staying focused with your goals, I would say, is to make a vision board, right? So here's my vision board, and it's kind of big, but this little cardboard is like $2 at Walmart. It's huge. So I made a vision board. There we go. For 2025. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of different things that I put on here. One of the things is eat clean. And I put it on top of my TV to remind me every day, like, what we doing? And I got eat clean. I got the Bali swing, because I'm trying to go to Bali, honey. Lights, camera, action. That's me doing content or whatever to remind me about, you want to do content. I have different quotes that I love quotes. So I have different quotes. One of them is increase your capacity to conquer new territory. I actually got that from Wall Street Trapper. He said that on I forgot, he was doing an interview. He was on a run. He was doing an interview. I want to say he said that on the Nice and Neat podcast. And I was like, ooh, that's a cold one. I got a board right here full of different quotes. I wrote it down. Water the seeds inside of you. I love that quote. I came up with that quote as I'm trying to build the You Grow brand. I had made a shirt that said, water the seeds inside of you. Just to remind you of kind of what I did at the beginning of this video. Like, acknowledge your accomplishments. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you see yourself and make sure you celebrate yourself, right? The other quote I have on here is, Obstacles are stepping stones to our goals. Someone actually wrote that on my quote board because I used to Airbnb my condo, and I have quotes all over my house or whatever. And someone wrote that on my quote board for me. Like one of my customers wrote that, like, to add, and I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh, that's what's up. So I put it on my vision board because I was like, girl, you right. Obstacles are stepping stones to our goals. So then also on here I have no social media. Child, I'm trying to lose some weight. So I drew a scale and I want to be 185 pounds. I want to get down to 185 pounds. All right, let's not talk about, what that looks like. I want to increase my income. So I drew out income, and it's increasing. And then over here, I have fruits of the spirit. And I got that from B. Simone. She had mentioned fruits of the spirit, Galatians 5:22-23. And the fruits of the spirit is love, joy, peace, kindness, patience, faithfulness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. And I was like, wow. Like, those are some great things for me to focus on for 2025. You know what I mean? Like, I want to focus on self-love. I want to focus on having joy and peace. I want to focus on being kind versus being nice, because I'm having an issue. Like, I'm too nice, and it's like, no, girl, you could just be kind and you can move along. Like, you don't have to be extra. So I really need to work on that. Patience. I'm Scorpio, so I ain't got no patience. Faithfulness. I need to work on being faithful to the things I say I'm going to do, whether that's working out, like when it comes to my goals, when it comes to my my patience and my belief. And it's like, girl, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to my fears and things like that, like, I want to be faithful to trust in the process. Goodness. Like, I want to be just one of those people that you see and you like, dang, that's a good person right there. Like, she's awesome. She's lovely. That's why I'm working on kindness instead of being nice. Like, I'm so harped on that like, that's why I'm so nice, because I want to be, deemed a good person, because I am, you know what I mean? So I want other people to see that, and that's what's made me be nice. Gentleness, like, I want to exude in my femininity, which is, in my last video, I mentioned April Mason. Like, she's my virtual femininity coach. Like, I've met her before. I bought her books. Like, took in some of her courses. But, like, I watch a lot of her content so I can, like, embody femininity. You know what I mean? So, like, gentleness is very important to me, because, like, I don't like the idea of being hard and mean. And, you know what I mean? Like, I've been there before. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there in my adolescent years, and I didn't like it. And I remember when I vowed to just, like, I just want to stop being angry. I was a very angry teenager. My dad used to say, like, man, why are you so mad all the time? And I'm like, what you mean? Like, and then I remember, like, when I got to a certain age, maybe like 19, 20, 21, I was like, I don't want to be like this no more. Like, I just don't. And, ever since I said that, I've meant it, but I've been struggling with being too nice and people pleasing and this and that, because I'm trying to be gentle and feminine. I'm just learning that that's not what gentle and femininity means. So, and then self-control. Self-control is big. And my self-control, I don't really have a problem with my attitude. My self-control more comes with, like, my self-control with food, if I'm being honest. Like, I have moments where I just have no control, and I just be like, girl, get your life, please. So that's my vision board of things to remind me for. I do my vision board for probably like 1 to 2 years, just depending on, how fast I could get things done or whatever. So yeah, this one should be my 2025 to 2026 vision board. So number 1, make a vision board. Number 2, be organized. Child, last year I bought a calendar and I had it on my wall, and I used to just write down all the things that was going on. Like, whether I was in a relationship then, so it was like date nights and when I got paid, when things were due, this is that. Like, you want to be organized. So my calendar this year is more of my mental health and fitness, really. Like, in my dieting and just the things that I kind of are really honed into on this year, right? So, for example, the first 7 days of every month, I'm fasting, right? So I do a variety of 2 different fasts. So the first 3 days, I fast fully, nothing but water, liquid. And then the last 4 days, I do fruits and vegetables only. And that's my first 7 days of every single month. All right. And this calendar I found at Walmart, and you fill in the whole thing yourself. Like, I fill in the numbers. I feel like it's pretty cool, and it's all colorful and cute and all that. So I do a quarter at a time. So I got it done all the way up till March for right now. So February is right there in the corner, hanging on my little corner shelf, and then I got March already done. So my diet I have therapy twice a month. My diet for this month is I'm gonna meal prep the second week of March. The third week, I'm gonna do a raw vegan diet. I'm gonna only eat raw because I'm vegan, by the way. I don't eat no meat, no dairy, no none of that. And I'll talk about it in another video because I love being vegan. I was just telling somebody that yesterday. I was like, I love it. And then I'll also meal prep. And what meal prep means is like cooked food. Like, I'll eat cooked food 2 weeks out of the month of March. And that's just, so tip number 2 is just being organized with the things that you're going to do. So at the bottom, notes, check quarterly goals. And then I'll always write myself quotes. I love quotes. So at the bottom of here, I got, beautiful girl, you can do hard things. So tip number 2 is be organized with your goals. Get them written down, get on a routine, get on some type of system, some type of something. So you know what you're doing before it comes, and you could just prepare for it and do it. The next thing, that part said, check your quarterly goals. So the vision board is like your overall goals, right? My trucker friend, we talk a lot. And he was like, let's do quarterly goals. And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, let's break down what we need to get done in a 3-month span so it don't take us the whole year to do it. And I'm like, oh, shoot, that is a great idea. So all I did with that, so this is tip number 3, is to make quarterly goals of like smaller things you could get done. Like, those are big things. Like, I want to eat clean. I want to focus on the fruits of my spirit. Don't want to be on no social media. I got my Bali swing on there because I want to go to Bali so real bad. Reminding me of quotes to stay encouraged, things like that, right? Those are like just overall how I want my 2025 to go. But my quarterly goals are more specific and broken down, right? So tip 3 is quarterly goals, and write them down and be more specific. So I have paper, January, February, March, April, May, June, and I have July, August, September, October, November, December, right? So, for example, for the first quarter, which we're in right now because we're in February, I want to save at least $1,500, right? I want to lose 20 pounds within this first quarter. Still working on that. I want to work on YouTube content, right? I want to pay off some credit cards. I want to create a content schedule so I could get on this content thing. I want to open up a living trust for my condo, with life insurance stuff. So I look on YouTube, I'll be watching all the videos and stuff. So like, that's how your quarterly goals work. Like, you could just break it on, and I have 5 quarterly goals per month. It don't have to be that. It could be, smaller, just something that you just little tasks that you need to get done that you probably been holding off, and you just write them down, and you just give yourself that 90-day block to actually get them done, if that makes sense. This has been a lifesaver. Look at all the pink of me crushing all the goals and knocking them all out. Oh my God. That feels so good. I'd be like, oh, I did that. Oh, I did that too. Like, so fire. Love it. The next tip number 4, I would say, journaling, writing. Let's just say writing, because all these are different books for something different, right? I have a book for everything, literally. I'm like ridiculous with notebooks, right? So this is my journal that I just write, just release all my thoughts, release what's going on, just, so I could just keep my mind as clear as possible, because it's just sometimes it's a lot that goes on in life, right? So do your thing. And I love, you're going to see quotes and mantras and stuff on everything. So do your thing. It's like, look, just do your thing with the writing. Journal, say, get it off your chest and put it in here. Then I have this, is Make It Happen. Make It Happen is my scripting journal, right? And what scripting is basically like manifesting. And it's different than journaling, because in manifesting, you have to write as if it already happened. I learned, the first person I learned that from was April Mason, my femininity coach that I was talking about. She talked about, I took her course on manifesting. You talk about, you write as if it's already happened, right? So let's say how my quarterly goal is to save $1,500, right? So I will write, yo, I crushed my quarterly goals this quarter. Like, I saved the money. I started doing videos on YouTube. Everything's going good. My subscribers are up. I'm getting a lot of views. Everything is going great. Like, you talk about it as if it's already happening, because the idea behind manifesting is that your brain doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know that this hasn't happened yet. Like, if you're saying it happened, it's like, it's going to start exuding that energy. It's going to start being more excited and just giving you the confidence to do what it is that you said you want to do, right? It's fun. It's crazy how that works, but child, it really works. Like, you really have to like put your body in that excitement and in that mode as if like it's happened already. And it really, scripting is powerful. Like, that's why this book said Make It Happen. I said, when I seen this book I get all these from like the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, all that. I said, oh, I know what I'm going to use this book for. Yes, make it happen. Like, yes, it has already happened. I'm about to write in here like it already happened, and I'm going to make it happen. So this is my scripting book. And then this book it says Great Ideas. So in here, I remember Tabitha Brown, she did a video and she talked about how right before she blew up, her and her husband did this thing that she calls it crazy faith. And she said that they wrote down like just the craziest things they could think of, just different things that they was just wishful thinking. She was like, a $10,000 extra would be great if I could pay my car by the end of this year, and blah blah blah. And she said it just wrote down, just jotted down just quick little things that would be nice or whatever. And she said by the end of that year, she had got that $10,000. By that next year, she had paid off her car. By like everything, like the crazy things that they had wrote down had came to fruition. And I was like, girl, let me write some crazy stuff down. So in this book, I write down my great ideas. And I'll share one of them. Now, my last one I wrote in here is me moving out the country. I really want to move out the country. Like, I do. I don't know where it comes from, but I want to move out the country. And I want to probably start off small and do it this week for 6 weeks. At the end of this, not this week, this year, at the end of this year for 6 weeks. So I wrote, move out the country somewhere between like the last quarter, October and December, somewhere in there. And I wrote that January 26th, 2025, move out the country. And I was like, whoo, you've been talking that for a long time. Like, okay, now, like, cool. So let's see how that goes. So the tip number 4 would be writing. And all different types of writing. Journaling, scripting / manifesting, and having just crazy faith. Just think of the craziest things that like would just be lovely. Like just dream out loud. It'd be your dream journal, right? Just dream out loud. Just whatever it is you could think of. And these two are different to me because one, not saying that these are unreachable, but these are more of like, let's say, things that like, these are more attainable, and these are things that are like, okay, you know, that'd be nice, but there's other things that I have to do first. You know what I mean? Like there's like that will be the difference between these two. Because when I just explained them out loud, for some reason they seemed like they was kind of the same. So to me, that's the difference. It's like, these are the things that you can make happen, and these are the things that, you know, once you get some things established, you know what I mean? Like these will come later down the line, but you want to jot them down just to like remember, you know what I mean? To remember when you was like, yo, I said I was going to do that. Like, wow, I'm actually in a position where I could do this. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy faith. Right. So tip 4 is write it down. Get everything out your mind, your thoughts, your dreams, goals, manifestations. Get it all out. Write it all down. Lastly, I would say budgeting, right? Finances is very crucial to you being successful. I don't care what you do. Finances is the most important but overlooked thing that people do not pay attention to. Like, people do not know where their money is going. Like, a lot of people aren't broke. They just have really bad habits. You make the money, you just have bad habits. You don't know how much you spend a month on liquor or cigarettes or any type of recreational drug. Like, you know what I mean? Like hookah or with all your vices. Like, you don't have no idea how much you spend on that. You should, you know what got me on budgeting? One of the best tips was for me, somebody was like, print out your bank. Who was it? The student loan doctor. She helped me fix my credit years ago. Oh my God. She did a $5 credit challenge. Like 2017, 18, something like that. It was a long time ago. And she said, print out your bank statements and highlight in different colors the different things that okay, so highlight in orange your utilities, like how much you spend on like your needs, rent, utilities, gas, stuff like that. Doing yellow, fast food, and see how much you spend on fast food a month. Doing another color, let's say orange, do like miscellaneous thing, you know, like random stuff that you be buying. Like, let's say you could do like your recreational stuff, like whether it's liquor, smoking, whatever. Do that in another color. And add that all up and see where all your money is going for real. I said, girl, I am scared to do that. I think she had us do 6 months, print out 6 months of bank statements and look at your habits. How much you spend on coffee and at the store real quick. You think you just buying some chips and how often do you do that a month? where all your money at for real. And then also seeing where your money go and budgeting, you could see how you could cut back. Like if you like snacks and stuff, then just go to the store and buy them in bulk. Buy the 40 bag of potato chips and whatever, you know what I mean? Like see what you can buy in bulk and eliminate some of that cost, right? But here's another book, right? This is my budgeting book. And I love that it just flips up. I love that. So sorry, I really got a lot of journals, a lot of books. But so what I do is I break down my whole check. Like, look, when I get paid on Fridays, I pay all my bills. I wake up early. You ain't gotta do this. I'm a little obsessive. Me and my trucker friend do this. I wake up about 2-3 o'clock in the morning on paydays, and I pay all my bills. Like, here go my mortgage, car note, insurance, phone, gas, whatever that is, right? Get that all out the way, which I already got it written down, so I know how much money I got left over. But for me personally, I want that money to come out as fast as possible so I could get to what's mine, okay? Then I also save the money that I'm going to save first, too. Let me put this $250, $300 in my savings account first. Let me pay all these bills, and then I know I got X, Y, and Z left over. And now I could clear out my Amazon card phone, too. Can't get that this time because can't buy that. That's not in the budget. This check. You gotta wait till the next one, or you gotta save some over. I'm telling you could change your life if you gotta know what's going on first though. If you feeling stressed out and also too, if you see your bills, you could see I'm paying that for that. Let me shop around and see. I have to change my internet provider. I'm not going to hold you. I cut that bill right in half. Get out of here. I'm not even here that much. I don't even watch TV. I don't even do that much. I was paying like $170 for some internet. I really thought about that and was like, get out of here. I could put that extra money in my Robinhood account for stocks or in my savings account to save towards my emergency fund or something. Like, what are we talking about? It also a part of budgeting is please make sure you have an emergency fund. You building one, at least. Contributing to one. Please. I'm definitely going to do a budget video because my budgeting skills are out of this world. I have everything set and tackled for the whole year. For real. Like, that's another story, child. And I actually can't wait. That might be my next video because I love budgeting. But, that's part of budgeting too. Contribute to an emergency fund, especially after what just happened with COVID. What? COVID was a learning experience for sure. Please make sure that you're prepared and you don't be frantic and oh my God, like those tips and stuff that I got from I got it from the student loan doctor Sonia and the budgetnista Tiffany. It started with the budgetnista Tiffany. When COVID hit, I was like, I was good. I had all my ducks in a row. I had already did all the things. So, tip number 5, budgeting. Having your finances in place, especially with the way the world is going. We don't know what's going to happen with inflation, DEI, federal taxes. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And there's nothing better than being prepared. Having a vision and making it plain. So those are the 5 tips to staying on track and conquering your goals. 1 was a vision board. 2 was being organized and mapping everything out on a calendar, on, however that looks for you. Number 3 is breaking down your quarterly goals. in 90 days, things you're going to accomplish in 90 days. 4 was writing everything out. Journaling was like for your mental, journaling, scripting / manifestation, and crazy faith, right? Like just dreaming out loud, your dreaming book. And 5, budgeting. And remember that life isn't hard. Well, it is hard, but life is what you make it. That's what I meant to say. Not life isn't hard. Life is what you make it. And be sure, I'm going to say that at the end of every video because I really, really, really live by this and love this mantra. Be grateful and thankful for the lessons and the blessings of life because they all work together to get you to where you need to go. Until next time, thank you for watching.